Peugeot 307, little bit older European vehicle. So today customer brought this vehicle here. There are several issues. Let's diagnose it. Hi, my name is Ravi. Today I'm going to diagnose this Peugeot 307. Customer complaints are rough idling, misfiring, low fuel mileage and low power condition while check engine light is lit on the dashboard. So let's go and diagnose this car. You can see check engine light is lit while engine is running. So already I have hooked up my scan tool. I'm going to get the health report and pre-scan this car for the fault codes. Okay, here we got the health report and let's go to the engine control module and see what are the fault codes. P0170 mixture regulation coherence, P1336 significant combustion misfire on several cylinders, that means random multiple misfires, P0132 upstream oxygen sensor signals short circuit to positive or open circuit, and P0172 mixture regulation high stop, that means system 2 rich fault code. And you can see there are several other faults in the other systems, but at this moment I'm not going to care about those fault codes because I need to follow the customer complaint and find the solution for those things. And for those things I should stay with the engine control module and find the solution for them. So here you can see already available that P0172 system 2 rich fault code and multiple cylinder misfire fault code. And what I believe, this P0132 upstream oxygen sensor code could lead this car into those conditions like rich condition and multiple cylinder misfiring condition. So let's go to the data stream and see the oxygen sensor data first. Okay, here we are in the engine control module and I go to the live data stream here and I select emission control where I can see the oxygen sensor data. Here there are several data pits including the upstream and downstream oxygen sensor data. I select all the data pits and select OK here. So let's start the car and see what is going on. So here you can see that the upstream and downstream oxygen sensor values are stay around 3000 millivolt at the start, but it will getting down slowly. Let's go to the graph mode and see what is really happening with the oxygen sensors. At this point I'm going to focus on the upstream oxygen sensor more because you saw that there was a fault code for the upstream oxygen sensor. However, what I can see that downstream oxygen sensor perfectly and rapidly responsive for the conditions, but upstream oxygen sensor slow response and still stay over 1000 millivolt, that means over 1 volt. So that is something like open circuit condition. So I just select the graph mode of the upstream oxygen sensor here. So definitely there is a fault because you can see that this data line hit the 1000 millivolt, that means it goes over 1000 millivolt. That indicate this is a open circuit condition. I believe it is not something with the wiring because I can see mostly it works perfectly, but when it go up it hit over 1000 millivolt, or we can call over 1 volt. So that is impossible. So what I'm going to do next, clear all the DTCs first and check the oxygen sensor data values again. But clear DTCs in the Peugeot system sometimes little bit may complicated because he asking for several steps. We have to follow those things. Here I got a message and I select OK and then go ahead and tap on the yes. And then you can see here, please input mileage numbers of car. So he need the odometer numbers. So I have to manually enter that odometer numbers. Then he will clear the fault codes with several other steps. Here asking for the switch off the ignition and switch it on back. So let's do that, and then I should tap on the OK button. Okay, it will take several seconds to clear all the DTCs, and let's see after all these steps will he clear all the fault codes. Clear fault memory completed. Okay, we go back and read DTCs, no DTCs. So let's go back and go to the live data, and I go back to the emission control. I need to see the oxygen sensors data. I select all and tap on the OK. And here you can see after start the engine, it is still stay over 2000 millivolt, and it will take little bit time to get down and settle in the right position. This is the upstream oxygen sensor. Let's see what is going on with the upstream oxygen sensor after we cleared all the fault codes. Yeah, but still you can see when he go high, it goes over 1000 millivolts, so we can call 1 volt. And at this moment you can see that the data line is getting down, but I don't know, we have to wait and see until it get warms up. However, these kind of narrowband sensors definitely stay below the 1000 millivolts, or we can call 1 volt. If it goes over 1000 millivolt, that indicate a open condition of the circuit. That means maybe bad sensor or wiring connection. You can see that when it goes up, it goes always over 1000 millivolt. Definitely this sensor or circuit is bad. We have to check what is the right fault. But I would like to see the downstream oxygen sensor and show you. Here, look at this. This downstream oxygen sensor perfectly fluctuating, but this one should not be fluctuate because it is locating after the catalytic converter. But I don't care about that right now. Let's go to the oxygen sensor and see what is going with this oxygen sensor. I need to check the wiring harness and things. I'm a little bit hesitating about that. Anyone can mix these sensor connectors. That means you can see both upstream and downstream oxygen sensor connectors are locating nearby, but the colors are matching, so I don't think so. However, I would like to check it. What I'm going to do right now, remove this upstream oxygen sensor connector and check the fault codes, because if it is the right sensor, ECM should set a fault code for the upstream oxygen sensor, heater circuit and the sensor circuit. I started the engine, then it can easily set a fault code for the oxygen sensor as it has been removed. You can see here P0132 oxygen sensor sensor circuit fault code and the fault code for the heater circuit. So that is confirmed. Both codes are set for the upstream oxygen sensor. That means no one has mixed the connectors of oxygen sensors. So that is confirmed. Okay, let's go and check the wiring harness integrity. For that, I select two upstream oxygen sensor data pins here. And first of all, I hook up my test light into the battery positive, check the sensor signal ground. You can see it is perfectly lighting. That means good sensor signal ground. And then I inject this 12 volt into the signal wire. You can see when I inject that voltage, scan tool shows that some fluctuations of the signal. That means signal wire integrity is okay. But I have given you another test with a digital multimeter which has a that means some multimeters has digital output signal, so we can get that output signal and inject it into the circuit here. So I inject it to the this oxygen sensor circuit. You can see that it is fluctuating perfectly. So confirm wiring harness integrity is okay, no issue with the wiring harness. I check all the wires, and you can see when I provide a signal, it is getting the signal. You can see that in the scan tool. Okay, took off the sensor out of the manifold, and finally customer revealed that in a previous repair, as he was unable to find this OEM sensor for this car, he took a Japanese junkyard narrowband sensor and coupled it into the wiring harness. So I'm confident enough this sensor is bad. I'm going to replace a new sensor, but unfortunately in my area I can't find a OEM sensor for this car. What I'm going to do, buy a aftermarket narrowband sensor and couple it into this wiring harness, same repair, and try it. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, we bought a new sensor. You can see already we fixed it into the manifold, and I did not cut the wires yet because I can clip these pins into the harness connector and check first, and after that I will cut this harness connector and couple it into the this new sensor. Okay, let's go and start the car and check the scan data for new oxygen sensor. So what I'm going to do first, clear all the DTCs. First, you can see still check engine light is there and the two oxygen sensor fault codes, as I removed the old oxygen sensor from the connector. So I clear the fault codes here simply and then go back and read the DTC again, now DTC. So let's go to the live data, and I go to the emission control, and I need to see this downstream oxygen sensor voltage and the upstream oxygen sensor voltage. Then I can compare both sensors. So I go to the graph mode and let's start the car and see what is going on. Okay, after start the car, you can see both sensors start from the around 4000 millivolts, and you can see that upstream oxygen sensor rapidly responds and got down here. So let's see. Yeah, you can see that it is fluctuating. That means it is fluctuating between rich and lean as it should be. So perfect. This oxygen sensor is working without any doubt. These kind of narrow band sensors we can replace with aftermarket brand new sensors. So no issue, we are getting good data values with the upstream oxygen sensor. So I believe this car is fixed because I felt that misfiring condition and the rough idle while my diagnosing. Now I can't feel those conditions. Car is perfectly smooth right now. So sensor is perfectly working and responding. When I snap the throttle, it is perfectly and rapidly responding for the condition. So I'm okay with this sensor data values, and now I'm going to take this car into a test run, and you can see here no more check engine light. And what I found next, that the downstream oxygen sensor also responding perfectly. You can see it is stay over 500 millivolt, that indicate a good catalytic converter. So I'm going to take this car into a test run and let's see. Okay, here we are in a test run, and customer told that he can feel very smooth running condition than before. No more rough idling, no more low power condition, or no more misfiring condition. You can see that the upstream oxygen sensor also doing well, moving rich and lean. So it is doing perfectly. I can call this car is fixed with this new oxygen sensor replaced. So thank you for watching. Stay subscribed with us for more diagnostic videos.